Hey, you know, Robin, every once in a while, because of my psychic abilities, we all miss the great and late Sam Kinison. He was a great guest on this show.
Yes, he was.
And every once in a while, I attach a phone cord to his gravesite.
Like that Twilight Zone episode?
Yeah, and I am able, through my kinetic powers, telekinetic, that is.
Oh, I was going to say, what the hell are you talking
Well, telephone and kinetic. All right? I am able to place this phone line on the grave of Sam Kinison where you can now talk with him.
Really?
Yes, because he is in heaven. He did not go to hell.
I'm shocked.
Well,
Then we're
wherever
going
he
to
is.
heaven.
I'm not even sure where he is, but is this the greatest comedian that ever lived?
Yes, I think it is.
There he is. That is him.
I'm back from the dead. I came down just to say hi, just for a little bit. A little bit of time. Howard, you don't sound too hopped up, man. You don't sound too excited.
No, I'm real excited to speak to you. I'm just a little shocked every time I speak to you.
Sam sounds straight, so there are no drugs in wherever you are.
Yeah, there's no drugs.
Well, I don't know if I would... Jerry Garcia has only been here for a short time, but we've managed to get a hold of some stuff.
You know, I was thinking about all the things that have changed since you died, and I'm not even sure what goes on, how aware you are of everything that goes on. Did you realize that your wife got remarried?
Oh, that's right.
Well, that's kind of a sore subject for me, but, I'll tell you, I'm glad she can't see me.
Really?
Because I eat like a pig up here. I'm bigger than Baba Booey. Actually, I'm bigger than Baba Booey and Marlon Brando put together.
Is that right?
I'm like a Bamba Brando combo plate.
Yeah, right. So you've gotten very fat.
Yeah, but who cares? I can't die.
Right.
Who cares about cholesterol? I'm glad she remarried, but I know that guy doesn't. Whoever she married doesn't get to hump her sister like I did.
Oh.
You hope, at least. That's true.
Well, I got the combo plate there too.
Sam had the sisters. You know.
That's true.
That's true. He did.
Let them enjoy themselves. I mean, last night, man. Here in heaven, it's like a sexual smorgasbord.
Right.
I mean, last night I had oral sex from Marie Antoinette.
From Marie Antoinette.
I keep her head under my bed.
You keep her head right under your bed. You can't say that.
There was some stuff that went around that time.
But you're saying Abe Lincoln was a fag.
Yeah, well, he shacks up out here with
Now what about
Rock Hudson?
Cary Grant, Rock Hudson, all those guys?
Oh, it's awful.
All right. Hey, by the way,
Lincoln.
that's right. That is absolutely right. What else is going on besides who's a fag and who isn't? And let's get off the topic of your ex-wife. Obviously,
I didn't want to call up just to, rip on people who are gay.
Right.
I mean, that wasn't my whole
And you're up
reason.
there celebrating, you're having a good time.
And I do want to pass along the new joke that's going on around here. What did Jeffrey Dahmer get for Christmas?
What?
Oh, man, I don't know. Can we say this?
I don't know.
We don't have the FCC. Jeffrey Dahmer got D. Martin.
Jeffrey Dahmer got Dean Martin.
Yeah, well.
Sam, what happened to your sense of humor?
Does that work up in heaven?
Yeah.
That's heaven humor.
Now tell me what else is going on. Talk to me.
We're just sitting here. I'm hanging out. I got a bottle of Dom Perignon. I'm hanging out with Jackie Gleason.
Jackie Gleason, right?
Well, we're hanging out. We're celebrating two things. We're celebrating that Dice's honeymoon ripoff got canceled.
Right.
And that Dice weighs more than me and him put together.
No kidding. So you're saying now that you're glad Dice's show got canceled?
Oh, come on. That was like a bad episode of Joni Loves Chachi. Come on. What the hell was that?
You did not like Dice. That's true.
Oh, man. He feels like such a big loser, man. He should.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't have to go back to doing my act. And how long is it going to be before he starts sucking up to you?
Wait a second there, Sam.
How'd you get in heaven? You in heaven?
I guess, Sam, I guess Dice's show was no Charlie Hoover.
Yeah, there's no real winner there.
And, by the way, there were so many people that you hated in your lifetime. There's so many comedians that you were in wars with.
You always had vendettas.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing, I think if there's anybody I hated more, I'll tell you the main reason I wish I was still alive.
What would that be?
And I know you're thinking, is it booze? Is it the broads? Was it the coke? No. No, I wish I was still alive so I could hang out and enjoy Bobcat Goldthwait's career being deeper in the toilet than a wet turd.
Really? Bobcat Goldthwait?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Shelley Long lasted that loser. She's never going, yeah, but at least I got a Brady Bunch movie.
You never liked Bob Goldthwait.
Oh, man. I was a king. He was nothing.
Right.
Now he's less than nothing. He's minus.
He's a minus.
God. It's great to know I've been dead for 5 years and people see me more than him. Ow. Ow.
All right, Sam, I'm losing the connection to your grave.
I'll be back.
All right, I'll see you. There he is, the great, late Sam Kinison.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to try and do that again later.
Really?
Yeah.
Sam it's like nice to have him back.
It is, as long as he sticks to the script.
Cursing in heaven.
That's right.
He's off the wall.
Yes.
Still cursing. Doesn't know the radio rules.
Yes, does not know them. But, all right, there he is, the great, late Sam Kinison, Robin. Everybody misses him.
Yeah. You get nostalgic for those visits.
Yeah. In 3 seconds, he mourned the loss of his wife.
Yeah, but then he got over it by thinking about the fact that the new husband doesn't get the sister.
Right. And then Dice, he screamed about, and then he obviously very aware about Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's watching show business still.
Yeah. Well, anyway. That was the great, late Sam Kinison. And quite frankly, I don't even know why I'm talking about the American Music Awards. I don't get paid for that.
It was funny, though. I saw Richie Sambora come up with, what's that girl's name? Who came in here and sang.
Oh, yeah.
Sophie B. Hawkins?
Sophie B. Hawkins. Yes, I saw that.
She looked pretty good last night.
Yeah, she's not bad. She doesn't do it for me.
I thought she had pulled herself together for last night.
I'd rather F Sandra Bernhard.
Oh, stop it.
I know, call me nuts. What is it, Scott?
Did you want the Jeff Foxworthy?
His stand-up?
Yes.
Yeah, let me hear that. Go ahead. Good job.
You want the Jeff Foxworthy? Excuse me, Howard, do you want the Jeff Foxworthy? Thank you. Double platinum performance.
This guy sold 4 million comedy albums?
When they started carrying on about who he was, I don't remember any comedy album.
Hey!
Well, I have it right here for you.
Thank you, Lightning Salem.
You're welcome. And thank you for that new nickname.
He's the Flash.
Thank you for recognizing my speedy quickness.
I'm so fast, the hair on my head just burned off.
There he goes. There goes Flash.
Well, didn't even see him leave. He moved so
I'm
fast.
off in a puff of smoke.
Here is the biggest selling comedian in the country.
The comedy styling of Jeff Foxworthy.
Watch, the whole place goes dead.
Thank you. You know, the fun part of the American Music Awards are the songs and the trophies, but the hard part of the show is actually the afternoon getting ready for the show at home. Now, I don't know about the rest of you. I can be ready to go to the moon in 30 minutes. We get ready to do something like this. My wife spends days trying to get her hair to do things God never intended hair to do.
Yeah,
I've
mercy
been tempted
laugh.
to bring in a television evangelist, lifeless devil, come out. Feel the power of hairspray. She'll spend 4 hours in front of the makeup mirror trying to paint her face with a little brush with 5 hairs in it. I'm going, for crying out loud, use a roller, let's go.
I don't know, man. That's the biggest comedian in the country. What about me?
Hey! I could have sold double platinum. Just give me that phone number!
I think Jackie's in awe of a guy like that.
Bastard!
Hey, that was pretty good.
His record was doing so well in Atlanta, they put it on direct mail.
Yeah, that's Jackie's big dream. Yeah.
You should do routines about Nancy. Come on, Nancy, it's time to get ready.
Hey, why don't you use a paintbrush? Here's a roller.
Come on, oh, do you have to use a toilet again? God, I'm going to have to get the axe. Oh.
Feel the healing power of hairspray.
It's no Sergeant Pecker, is it?
Hey.
It's no Sergeant
I don't know. The guy came out. It was. I know that people are laughing in the audience, but
I think they don't know what else to do. He's right in front of them.
Then she'll change clothes 1,500 times, stomp into the living room and go, I'm not going. I look like hell.
why is that funny?
Then what's very...
You see what I mean?
They're hoping he's through.
Yeah. Yay, okay. Thank you. Get the hell out of here. Is this supposed to be about music?
1,500 times.
Then she'll come in the room.
And she'll stomp
and
into
she'll
the
stomp
room.
into the room and say, I'm not going. I do not look good.
I look like hell.
Who is this guy? She stomps into the room, and then she says, I look like hell. So I smack the bitch. I smack the bitch in her hair. That's funny. You like that?
Why he sold all those records? He tapped into a great hook. Do you know
Which
that?
is?
What is the hook?
His hook when he used to do stand-up, when he does stand-up, was you might be a redneck if. And it was just a long list. You might be a redneck if your house has tires.
Right.
You know, it's silly things like that. And the audience used to go absolutely berserk for it.
Why didn't you do
So-
something like that, Jackie?
I'm not that smart.
All right.
And then the album, they just went crazy for that album.
They went crazy
That's
for
the
that.
album that sold so
I
much.
see. All right.
I just thought you
A
knew.
great hook.
Yeah. It might be rednecks if
It was too easy.
It was a great hook.
I could do something like that.
I couldn't lower myself.
That's why you know how he sold those albums?
How?
He tapped into a great hook.
Comedy. We're learning comedy from Jackie. This is his area of expertise.
I'm telling you what happened.
It's a great hook.
Mo Larry and even stupider.
It's kind of like
Tell me I look like hell.
There's no way I'm telling you that. And men love to complain about women taking a long time, but have you ever noticed that the men never leave without the women? You know why, guys? Because they're smarter than us. See, women...
What do they laugh? I think they threw in some laughs.
Yeah, but isn't
Yeah.
this live or is they got
No,
a
they
machine?
got a machine up
Yeah.
there. I know the guy who works it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shecky Sinbad. Sinbad's brother. And you know why we never leave the house without them? Because they smarter than us. 4 million albums later. That good. The guy's got a tux. He's making a living.
You know what? They convinced him he's funny.
Yeah. He actually had the nerve to come out there and do a stand-up. I'd keep it a secret.
No, he's got a good deal going here that nobody knows.
It's the truth.
They are smarter than us.
Wait a minute. Did Pearl Jam just walk onto the stage?
Yeah,
or
I think Pamela Lee just walked into the audience. Look at the applause.
Moving it don't make it less true. It is the truth. This is one of my wife's best tricks for keeping me late right here.
Oh, you are not wearing that, are you?
What's he talking
No,
about?
I ain't wearing this. Just what I'm wearing while you're getting ready.
It's awful.
I can't get an award. This guy's getting awards.
You don't have a hook.
Honey, she said to me, why are you wearing your Klan robe? Every guy who sounds like that should be in the Klan.
It probably is.
So this bitch who I'm married to says to me, come on, let's go to the awards. I said, hey, I thought you didn't like what you was wearing.
I thought you looked like hell.
Then she started to cry, so I kick her like a mule and chop her head off like O.J. done to his wife.
I knocked 2 of her teeth down her throat.
Hey, I hope I get an all-country jury who'll let me free like O.J. I chopped the bitch's head off, but I wasn't like O.J. I took her down to the gator pond and fed her to the gators. Then I set her hair on fire because I kept the head. Damn, that spray ignites good. That hairspray and everything.
Roasted marshmallows.
Yeah, roasted marshmallows in her head. Yeah. Man. It's an endless monologue.
Ugh. My wife.
Yeah, good. Let her live with you. I got to take a break. Yeah, killed my wife. Bitch deserved it, though. Now, I'm going to marry someone else. I got off scot-free because my neighbor who saw the whole thing was cross-eyed, so they threw out his testimony. He done married his sister.
He accused me of 2 murders.
Right. Double murder. He seen everything twice. And shut up, country jackass. Let me take a break. We'll be back right after this. And Sam is on the phone, and it's great talking to him. I don't know how long I can keep going with him. I'll try it.
It's a limited time connection?
Right. Yeah. He charges for these appearances. Sam!
Is he here?
Hey.
Hey, Howard.
I told you it's him. Look at that.
Man.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm
You
sorry. I was a little
sound
distracted.
great.
We're still waiting for George Burns to get his ass down here.
Yeah, George Burns will be with you any day, Sam.
Oh, man, we've been waiting. He's 3 years overdue. He thinks he's Pearl Jam. He thinks he keep us holding out here.
Do me,
You can't do it. What do you think you're doing? Don't call me daughter. I wouldn't even call you grandpa. You're 100 years old.
Sam, do me a favor. Tell me everything you're up to. Tell me.
Well, first off, let me just say that a couple of days ago, we had a special visitor. I guess this woman who apparently was married to James Brown just showed up down here.
Is that right?
Mrs. James Brown.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this woman. I'm going, wait a minute. There's something about her. And I'm looking at her and going, oh, did you have some work done on your face? Oh, man.
Now.
Hey, it's not too bad. Look, I'll tell you what I've been up to.
All right, go ahead. Everyone's
I've been
curious.
hanging out with Martin Luther King Jr.
Martin Luther King Jr.
This man is a sex fiend.
A sex fiend.
This man is out of control.
Really?
I'm serious. This man, I know what he meant when he said I had a dream. Every night in this place, he's going, yeah, I have a dream. I just, come here, you little slut. I got dream. Oh, man. Listen to this. Just today.
Yeah.
Well, we're in, Tuesday morning right now?
Right.
Yeah.
It's been a couple hours, and already this bastard has had sex with Marilyn Monroe,
Go ahead.
Jane Mansfield, Natalie Wood, that girl who played Buffy on Family Affair,
Really?
Stop it.
and Nicole Simpson.
No kidding.
Oh, man. If you tell OJ to finish off Paula Barbieri, you might get a little bit of variety down there.
Right. So you're saying if Paula,
All blonde.
if OJ gets crazy with Paula, you would think Martin Luther King would take her. Well, listen, he was
has
known.
balls. I mean, you got to admit,
Yep.
OJ does make Ike Turner look like a pussy.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, man. You know what, Howard?
Sam.
You know, it's so good to talk to you, man. I got to give you some advice.
Well, go ahead.
You know, just because while you're on Earth, I need to pass along. I know you've been waiting for some kind of message. It's like, well, you know, Sammy, that's going to talk about all the gay people in hell.
Right.
The message is, while you're on Earth, while you're still alive, have all the sex you can. Cheat on your wife.
Really?
Have gay sex. Have sex with Richard Simmons. Have sex with an owl. Because when you die, that's it.
You don't have sex.
You don't have sex.
It's over.
It is.
It's over. You travel your whole life. You have a little bit of success. You get to see the world.
Right.
You get the woman of your dreams.
You sound like a
Some little homo.
You sound like a bitter man because I know you're bitter that your wife is no longer with you and
Well,
she
you
has
get some little
remarried.
bastard that comes along in a pickup truck, slams in your car, drives the steering wheel right into your chest and your history. And while they're shoveling the last piece of dirt on your grave.
Yeah. Sam, you can't say Sam, hold off. Wait a second. You can't say that.
Oh, he's so crazy. He's still out of control.
I had to hit the button on him.
Robin, what are you waiting for anyway? Have sex with Howard. Jesus.
All right, listen to me.
Wait a minute, what?
Sam, I'm losing the connection. Sam, I'm losing the connection. Hold on, Sam. I love you,
Your
man.
dad?
I'll see you.
You just be quiet, Sam.
I lost him.
He's crazy. He's still crazy. Wherever he is, he's crazy.
I don't know what's going on there.
He's a nut. Death has not cured him.
All right. That's the late Sam Kinison.
He's still out of control.
He is. And he's getting more trim than the Sheikh of Iran. So you tell me who's the luckiest son of a bitch on the planet, him or Joe Piscopo? I'd say Alan Thicke.
Right now, Alan's winning.
Maybe he'll bring that piece of ass with him. Man, he married like a Miss Universe.
Piece of ass. Maybe he'll bring his wife.
Her too.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. That guy's one lucky dude. He's luckier than Pamela Anderson's toilet seat.
Oh.
Which I would like to come back as in another life. Imagine her. What can I do for you?
Now I know why everybody hates New York Jews. You are unbelievably jealous of everybody.
Not everybody. Not Fred.
Everybody.
I'm glad I'm me. And I'm not jealous of you, you scumbag.
You could say Sandra Bernhard was the best-looking girl in that. You're out of your mind.
She looked gorgeous last night.
Oh, yeah, she looked gorgeous.
I hate homo face. Who are you with?
Oh, forget it. Don't even ask.
You're probably with the biggest pig on the planet.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. As a matter of fact, you met my wife, but I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, and she's a pig, right?
Oh, yeah, she's a real pig.
Is she a pig? Is your wife a pig? Tell the truth, is your wife a pig?
No, she is not a pig.
How did I meet your wife?
Huh?
Where did I meet your wife?
At your show.
She was down here naked?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Which one was she?
I'm not going to tell you.
Is this Bob Dole?
No. Yeah, this is Bob
It's
Dole.
Elizabeth Dole.
Oh, did you hear my arm hit the floor?
Remember when Elizabeth Dole was on the show and she got naked? That was a great show.
Great. I mean, that show was probably the best
Oh, you know what?
award
You're
show
so-
I ever saw.
The what?
It was the best award show I ever saw.
It's Dick Clark's mother. Please. Sandra Bernhardt happened to have looked good, that's all. Well, I can't say that. So I'm sure in the morning she don't look that good. I mean, I'm sure they had a team of guys working on her.
All day.
Yeah. And even if her face isn't so great, so you do things from behind.
Oh, geez.
And you put her face in the mud. That's all.
Bury it in the pillow.
Bury it in the pillow. You could be Marilyn Monroe as far as you know.
Leave fast.
San Diego, the great city of San Diego on the air, Robin.
Where was that
Hello?
guy from? That last guy.
That loser was from New York. Yes.
Howard, Megadilla.
Schmegadildos to you. Miami, you're on the air.
Yeah,
That guy from San Diego talked like he had marbles in his mouth.
excuse me?
And you're not much better. Hi, you're on the air. What can I do for you? Hello?
You could stop acting like a Nazi.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it. Tell me what your complaint is, sir. You said I acted like a
Be
Nazi.
specific?
Yep.
Well, could you be more specific? Because you sound incoherent. You're off to a good start.
Well, for instance, there was one show where you
Turn off your radio. Maybe that's the problem.
No, I'm not listening. I'm listening to the headset.
Is your name DuPont?
No, it isn't.
You're listening to the headset.
What headset, sir? I hear the show in the background. I hear Robin laughing in the background.
Yeah, but I'm
but
not
it's
listening to her. I'm listening to the telephone.
Listen to me. You're not. You're talking like someone who is hearing. Listen to me.
Look.
Turn off the radio. I'm going to come over and strangle you at your house like OJ.
Give it your best shot if you think you can do it.
I would kick your ass so far into the ground you wouldn't know what hit you.
Yeah.
I would beat your ass into the ground. I am a I'm a brown belt in Shotokan karate taught by Sensei Friedman. Don't you tell me to shut up, boy.
All right, listen,
come down here so I can kick your ass.
Come on, do it.
Right now.
Come on.
Come on. See? Coward. Get that boy.
Listen, stupid.
Hey, don't you call me stupid. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat you into submission. Make you my bitch. Listen to me. What is your point? You say don't be a Nazi. What is your point?
First of all, you, just like Mr. Hitler.
Thank you.
You advocate
the killing of all Jews.
You advocate murder. For your own ends.
All right. Well, give me another example.
Obviously
something I said upset you.
I'll tell you something about abortion. I'm pro-choice.
I'm going to kick your ass when I get a hold of you.
The choice should be made before the woman spreads her legs. That's what she should make the choice.
Yeah?
That's right.
Is that right? You think you're so smart that you know better than me what's good for America? Are you insulting me?
You're damn right.
What do you do for a living, you bumpkin? What do you do for a living? You don't even have a job. You're sitting at home thinking about abortion. You better hope there's more abortions so someone will need to hire you. So there won't be enough people to hire they'll need people like you for jobs. Your mother should have had an abortion with you. Look at him. He's sitting and listening to himself.
Where'd he go?
He's stupid.
I didn't go anywhere.
Well, you heard what I said. You don't even have a job, do you? Ah.
What are you doing about all those children that aren't aborted?
Guess what?
What are you doing about all those children?
Did you help all the children who aren't aborted? All the children who are in the street hungry? Have you helped them?
And guess what?
No. You don't help anybody, you cracker.
Anybody that advocates capital punishment happens to be no better than the person that you're killing.
Good. That was a very coherent sentence. You're a genius.
I know.
What is your IQ?
162.
You are a liar. 162. 162.
Yeah, if you took the test twice.
Yeah. Yeah. How much have you had to drink this morning?
I don't drink.
Yeah.
When did you stop?
I can only hope you get an open wound and Magic Johnson sweats on you.
Oh, stop it.
So the world can be done with you.
You're sick. That's a
Mr.
horrible
Hitler.
thing.
Yeah.
Hitler.
Thank you. That's Mr. Hitler to you. One day I hope to meet. One day I'm going to meet you face to face, or I'm going to punch you in the nose.
I look forward to the day.
Because man, I move fast, baby. You ever see a knife hand block? You know what a knife hand block is? You don't even know what's going to hit you. I could take two of my fingers, poke you in the solar plexus.
No, you can't.
And I could
knock
the wind out of you, and you would die 2 days later.
You can't reach me. I know how to get a hold of you.
Oh, I know how to get a hold of you, too.
Oh, yeah? What's
because,
my name?
Oh, I know your name, Scott.
What is it?
Scott! I know who you are. Don't act like I don't know. I know everything. 2 fingers right in the solar plexus.
Is this the stupidest conversation you've ever had?
See? I shut him up.
All the time.
No, you didn't.
I shut you up.
No, you didn't.
Well, where are you? Say something.
Hey, there's shadows in the walls. You better take down the walls, pal.
The rocks are talking to you.
The rocks are talking to you like DuPont.
Well, as I said, anytime we as
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
Death, we are no better than that person we put to death.
You know what Shotokan karate is? Do you know what Shotokan karate is?
Huh?
Do you know what Shotokan karate is?
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter, huh?
No, you don't matter.
Oh, let me tell you something, pal.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I obviously took care of him. Just mentioning karate got him off the phone.
Scared him.
I'm a goddamn brown belt. Just about. I was one step away from my brown belt test, but I pulled my
you're
groin.
Not even a brown
Technically,
belt?
I am.
Oh, boy.
The Japanese
you
karate
didn't
is
take the test.
the Japanese Shotokan Karate Association recognizes me as a brown belt.
No, they don't.
They do
don't even
too.
recognize you as a person.
Well,
Got hurt getting in the car.
yeah, no, I pulled my groin the day before my test, but I was completely
And
prepared.
you've never gone back. Aren't you healed?
Kick his ass. One knife hand block into the throat. That's it. It's over.
What is it called?
Knife hand
Solo
block.
plexus.
Knife hand block.
Yeah, want to see it?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here. Walk
Oh,
next to me.
just from here.
Come over here. I want to show you what it is.
Give him a shot in the solo plexus.
No, I'll kill him if I do that.
What is the solo
No, here's it.
plexus?
In other words, Jackie, if I was to be in battle with you, which I am not.
Sure you are.
Get over
Look
here.
at the discrepancy in height.
Don't
there.
hit me.
No, I won't hit you. You see this ridge in my hand? Let me show everyone. Let me show the camera. You see the ridge in my hand?
Never
You see
done
that
a
ridge?
day's work, have
No. You see that?
Yeah.
See, if I was fighting you, see, already you're nervous. See, this is a knife hand block. You see that? Here.
Why did you
Like here.
show him the ridge in your other hand when you're doing the knife hand block?
No. You see this? You see this? This is now.
Yeah.
If I was to shoot this, look at this. You see this? This would come right into your neck.
Yeah.
You see this? That would knock you out.
As long as I held perfectly still.
Yeah, right. Don't put up your hands or anything. No, but I'm saying is, though, you see this? Feel this. Feel this here. You see that? Boom. Properly placed, this will completely destroy your carotid artery. That's
You
it.
are wacky.
It would be over. It would be over.
Where's his solar plexus?
Right here. Come here. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I won't hurt you. Come here. Come here, Tubby. Come here.
Don't give me.
See, look at this. I would take my hand. Now, you see this
I'm
hand?
scared you're going to hurt me by accident.
No, I won't. For over a year, I took this hand.
He'll break his hand.
For over a year, I took this hand and drove it into sand. Just to empower my fingers.
When did you do this?
Under the tutelage of Sensei Friedman. And let me tell you something. I took it. Yeah, right. Watch this. With one hand, I could go into here. Right here, Robin.
Yes, that's his heart.
That's his solar plexus. And what would happen is he would bleed to death internally for 2 days. And then he would die. The most painful death.
Thank God he doesn't even know where to hit you, Jack.
And if I just wanted to take out his brain, what I would do?
Take out his brain.
Look at this. Boom. This would go up. This elbow would
Going
end up
where?
in his nose. Into his nose and kill him instantly.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sit down. I'll let you live. Go ahead, stupid.
What are you hitting there?
I'm taking the brain and I'm taking the nose and using it as a battering ram into the brain.
Yes, but what are you hitting?
Hitting the brain stem.
It's the uncus, you wacko.
I don't know what I'm hitting, but I'll kill you with it.
The uncus.
Uncus nucleus.
And the antis, too.
That's why that son of a bitch hung up. He head for the hills. That's Scott. I know who he is.
Yeah?
That's right.
You're amazing.
Oh, hurt my hand doing a demonstration.
Really? I never seen you ram your hand into anything. Ram your hand into sand.
No, that's what I did for over a year.
Well, yeah, right.
Do you know I punched the Makiwara board for over 2 years?
The Makiwara?
Yeah. The Makiwara is a piece. I pounded my fists into wood.
Why would you do that?
To build up my knuckles.
Let me see them. Where are they?
I could punch this piece of wood right now because of it.
What piece of wood?
Right here. Makiwara. I know what I'm doing.
Bring in a board, somebody. I want to see.
I don't do boards. All right, let me take a break. Obviously, I got a little heated in that argument.
All talk.
I'm sorry I had to be so goddamn macho with that guy, but, sometimes you have to put the listeners in their place.
Makiwara.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
Michael Jackson won an award last night, and it was presented by Sandra Bernhard, who wound up having to give the acceptance speech because Michael isn't there. Michael isn't in the house. So here's Sandra Bernhard accepting.
I don't care what anyone says. Sandra Bernhard was one of the best-looking broads there.
I didn't see her, but I thought this was an interesting acceptance speech.
Michael can't be here tonight. He's mourning the loss of Lisa Marie, so we're going to all get together. Put your hand up. Woo! We love you, Michael. You'll find another beautiful woman, we promise.
What is she carrying on about?
She's trying to be outrageous.
I was going to say, does she know Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson likes her because she looks like a boy.
You look like one of the children.
You look like a children. You ought to come to my compound for the children, the sick children. I would like to, first of all...
This is the speech it would have been.
Thank you. I love you. T, I love you.
I love you too.
I would like to say I accept this award for the children. For the children. All the sick children that I help. Thank you. Because you gotta love the children. And F you to my wife, Lisa Maroon.
Speaking of them, I see that there are rumors floating around now that they had a prenuptial agreement that promised Lisa Marie $15 million if she stayed married to him for at least a year.
And did she marry him for a year?
Yeah, they were clocked in at 19 months.
Really? Boy, this guy likes to go through money.
Why would he pay her?
And why does she need the money?
Interesting questions.
I don't care. I want to thank children. And I want to thank the parents of this world who raised the children. And I beg of you, all parents of the world, dress your children in clothes that come off easy for pajama parties. Because we love children. Thank you. Grow those children chubby. Give them big fat butts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the late lazy Scott the engineer. Go.
Don't smoke, you bastards.
That's not it.
Come on.
What do I got to say? I don't know.
You don't have anything. Just something sincere off the top of your head.
Heart. You're dying.
Talk to the
What, do
show.
I got to write a script for you?
Talk to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the late lazy Scott the engineer.
Hi. I'm dead now. But you can stay alive. Don't smoke.
Here, I'll give you a script.
Really,
He's so bad.
awful.
He's so bad.
You're worse than Yul Brenner.
All right, here. This is your script. I'll introduce you and you do it. Try not to look like you're reading. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, come on.
Scott the engineer. The late Scott the engineer.
Well, you do it right.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the late Scott the Engineer.
Hi, I'm Casper the Smoky Ghost. Just kidding. Due to the miracle of videotape, I'm talking to you even though I'm as dead as Bob Hope's lap.
Good. A little humor. That's good. All right, go ahead.
Now you suck them in, yeah.
Suck them in.
Cigarettes killed me. They made cancer sprout in my lungs like tulips under a windmill. But I love smoking cigarettes. And I say, light up, suck those butts, and enjoy your rotten existence like I tried to do. Life is only worth living when you're puffing and gasping. If I could come back, I'd smoke myself dead again. Love those butts. Well, gotta go feed the worms. Remember, I love you. And nicotine. Not necessarily in that order.
Bad delivery on the last line.
Oh, excuse me.
I love you and nicotine, and not necessarily in that order.
Remember, I love you and nicotine. Not necessarily in that order.
Thank you.
How great is it that he has to go back and produce the chorus?
You know what? You could have done. Here, try the other script. Try. All right,
Is
ladies.
there another script?
Well, yeah, because that's not sincere. Do it more sincere. Seriously, all right?
I was going to say maybe we could have him work on it.
Yeah, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, the late Scott the Engineer.
Hello, I'm the late Scott the Engineer. No, don't tune out. I'm dead, and these are my final recorded words. So show some friggin' respect and listen to the last words that ever came out of my bald, sweaty head.
I'm touched.
Go ahead.
In life, I was one miserable bastard. I was dull as a turtle. No wonder I smoked like a chimney. I was a mediocre... Wait. I was an excellent engineer.
Don't change
Don't change the script. We gave you your chance.
A great father and a henpecked husband. See, I noticed I left that one. Christ, I should have been on heroin.
Look, it was only cigarettes.
But I pacified myself like a big baby. A pack of cigarettes to you are cancer sticks. To me, they are my 20 little friends. Consoling me in every failed moment of my pathetic life.
Deliver it, baby.
Well, I couldn't stand my life, so I smoked until I became sick and died. As we speak, maggots are chewing on my tar-filled lungs. But at least my wife can't nag me. But baby, your life is better than mine. It has to be, so please, don't smoke.
Nice read. That's a good one. A lot of people would quit.
That sounded like it was from the heart.
Yeah.
And the lungs.
Good for you. Scott the Engineer, a big smoker. When you hear Yul Brynner, does that...
You're so cruel.
That doesn't have any influence on you? That, like, you know, he's not going to get to see his grandchildren? You're easily knocking off 10 to 15 years of your life. Easily at this point. That doesn't affect you?
I think about it, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You know you are... Do you know... If I'm telling you are not going to see your grandchildren, does that bother you?
And if I stop smoking today,
right,
I will see them.
Yes.
Is that
because your lungs evidently can repair themselves.
Okay.
But you don't believe that.
No, I believe that.
Then why wouldn't you?
Your alveoli have the ability to, like, the little hairs in your lungs, and I'm sure that's the only place you have hair. The little hairs in your lungs, right, unlike the ones in your head, can grow back.
That's right.
And turn pink. I'm not kidding. As black as your lungs are.
It'll take a good 10 years.
Yeah, but at least you're on the road to recovery. I mean, if you stop, like, right now, today, maybe you stand a chance.
Okay.
But what goes through your head? You're like, I don't care?
No, it's just very hard to quit.
But don't you think about that and go...
Well, do we have to send you to rehab to get off cigarettes?
No, but wait a second. If you think about the reality, do you believe that cigarettes kill you?
Yes.
You do? Do you really?
I contribute. I don't know if that's the sole factor.
Do you think that there are some people who can just get away with not getting any cancer?
Yes.
You do? Do you think you'll be one of those people?
I hope so.
Judging from your history.
Yeah, judging from your family history and everything. Do you think you were going to really beat the odds?
No.
The fact that you're overweight, I mean, you fit the profile of a guy who's going to get cancer. I mean, to the point that there's no way you're going to beat it. You know that.
You're talking to a wall.
I know. He's not listening. Do you think that you could beat cancer?
I'm as dumb as a wall.
No, do you think with your family history and everything, I mean, the Salems were not known for being great smokers. True? Do you think...
I don't know. I mean, I can't predict the future.
because really, his father died from cancer.
George Burns.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's no longevity
I
there.
cannot predict the future. I don't know.
All right.
He had the lungs of a 130-year-old man or something?
Obviously, smoking doesn't help.
Okay. would you buy the premise that you are probably going to die at least, probably in your 50s? Would you buy that premise?
No.
You do not believe that?
No.
You think you'll be able to live till when?
At least my 60s.
You think you'll be able to live to your 60s. Now, what if I told you, instead of dying in your 60s,
right,
you could die in your 80s? Like my father's 70-something years old, and he's still having fun.
Right.
So we're talking at least 20 years that you were going to be robbed of. If you die in your 60s and you could have lived till 80.
Right.
Does that offer you any incentive?
With my life, would you want to prolong it?
No.
Okay.
I really wouldn't.
There's the answer.
Okay, so you want to kill yourself. At least you admit it. All right. All right,
Now
that I
we
respect.
know what we're doing.
That I respect. I'll never bother you again. The guy's honest. He says, look, if you had my life, would you want to...
That's right. Who wants to live to 80?
I didn't know up until now that he didn't... I didn't know if he could see his life.
Theory.
Yeah, I didn't know if he could see his own life. All right, fine.
Okay.
You'll get no argument. Goodbye. Thank you for cutting
You're
that.
doing the right thing.
Right.
Okay.
Smoke away.
All right. What a nut. That was a great public service announcement, though.
I still think we should cut it.
That's right. You want to end your life, you should drive around blindfolded. You do it much quicker.
There's a lot of ways.
I understand that.
All right, we got to take a break. Thanks, Scott, for cutting that public service announcement. We'll be back right after these words.
You know, Davey, maybe we wouldn't be trapped here with all these gay guys in a gay bar if we prayed to Jesus.
Davey makes a soapbox derby, but he makes it himself, and the other kids cheat.
Right.
And they lose, but they're better people for it because they didn't cheat.
You know, Davey, at least you recognize that you did wrong, and that's something Jesus did.
Oh, Davey cheats.
And the dog talked real slow and annoying.
He was like
that.
retarded.
Yeah, he was a retarded dog who was into Jesus.
Davey.
Davey, God is everywhere, Davey.
Yeah, why don't you shut up and be a regular dog? I got a talking dog who's a religious nut.
Yeah, all he talks is religion.
I'm putting you in the circus and making a fortune.
Davey cheated on a test in school.
Yeah.
He couldn't sleep at night. He was tossing and turning because he kept thinking about cheating.
Yeah.
Like any of us ever tossed and turned.
Yeah, right.
You know, Davey, you did the wrong thing.
Shut up. I know I did the wrong thing. You're a dog.
Why is this dog smarter than everybody else?
I don't know.
He steals the wood for the go-kart,
That's right.
and then he had to bring it back.
Yeah.
Or
The kid was a mess.
I remember when he got caught in a train, in an icebox of a train, and he couldn't get out. and then he starts hearing,
God is everywhere, everywhere, all alone, all alone.
That's right. He kept hearing God's voice.
I was thinking of bringing back Davey and Goliath, but doing a satanic dog. Like it would be like,
Davey, you should pee in the principal's gas tank.
I'd be like, what?
Satan says it.
I have to.
It's like a Berkowitz thing. That's why I'm convinced Berkowitz talked to his dog.
Well,
He
I
watched
was going
David
to
and
say this
Goliath.
could have led to a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
This Davy business.
Davey, I want you to kill Mommy and Daddy because God is too busy to catch you.
What? What?
Oh, you think God is watching?
There's no God.
You know, a couple of years ago, somebody took one of those episodes and just dubbed in new voices and made an X-rated Davey and Goliath.
Really? Yeah.
And it's really funny.
You know, Davey, I noticed your mommy has really nice breasts. And if you were to drill a hole through the shower wall, we could watch her.
Well, don't forget there was the sister Sally.
Yeah, Sally.
I watched it every Sunday morning. It was on.
Sister Sally.
Yeah.
You know, Davey, Sally's really flat.
You remember the one where he was blind? Oh, this black kid was blind, and he didn't know Davey was white, and as soon as he found out he was white, he hated him.
Yeah. And the dog solved the problem.
Oh.
You know, Davey, maybe you shouldn't take crap from black guys.
Oh, stop.
Davey was mean to a deaf kid once.
Yeah.
So Goliath made him put cotton in his ears so he could see what it's like to be deaf.
You know,
Davey walked
Davey,
around all day deaf.
If you put cotton in your ears, you'd see what it was like.
Yeah, I remember that one. And the kid was freaking out. He almost got hit by a car.
Right,
yeah,
that's right.
And the dog had to pull him out.
That's right.
This was satanic already.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
My favorite.
Tortured
You
him.
know, Davey, if you got naked and we circumcised you, it would be a covenant with God. And then we can blow a ram's horn.
They should have a Jewish dog.
Yeah.
You know, Davey, you didn't say the baruchas this morning.
They did.
What?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol.
Shut up.
They did a lot of holiday episodes. Like they did a Halloween show where Davey was really good friends with this old man.
Yeah.
And he used to go like mow his lawn and stuff. And then him and his buddies on Halloween go and egg his house.
Yeah.
And he feels really bad, goes back and apologizes.
You know, Davey, maybe you should egg a house.
Davey was awful.
Yeah, he was like a little satanic child. Yeah. But he had a Jesus-loving dog.
God, because the parents were doing nothing with him.
Right. Yeah, the kid was a little monster. Should have been in jail.
But that's that Christian philosophy that without God, you would be a mess.
Right. Yeah, like this kid was so out of control, but as long as he had a talking Jesus-loving dog, he'd be all right.
The impression I got was you could do anything you wanted and then confess on Saturday.
Yeah, right.
Start a new week.
No, the impression I got is that anything you do is wrong.
Right. Pretty much. But don't worry, your dog will help you out. Stuff cotton in your ears, your dog will pull you back off the street.
And John's still looking at his dog, waiting for it to talk.
Yeah, right.
You know, John, you shouldn't get a girl pregnant before you marry her.
He's continuing to do the wrong thing until that dog speaks.
You know, John, maybe you shouldn't be so selfish and get married before you have the baby instead of worrying about having a good time at your own wedding. Marry her. Marry her.
God is
John,
everywhere.
John needs a talking Jesus-loving dog.
Yes, he does.
Anyway, it was a cool show. By the way, Robin, I didn't forget your challenge.
Which was?
As you know, I am a bit of a guitar player, and I was listening to the song Glycerine the other day, and I said to Robin, gee, that's an easy song to play on guitar. I can play that. She goes, let me see you play that.
I said, do it, and I want the fuzz tones as well.
Right. So I just said to Fred, get me a guitar. Robin wants to hear me play Glycerine. And we'll change it around. One of our listeners gave us this idea. He sent it a tape. It was horrible, but he had an idea. He says, instead of doing Glycerine, would you do Listerine about Gary's breath?
Ah, so you have your own song.
So I'll
play the guitar for yourself.
Right. I will accompany myself and do Listerine. Which is about Gary's teeth and rotten gums.
And smelly breath.
And smelly breath and lips.
Huge.
So, in your honor, Gary, I will do that. Listerine.
You're going to sing to Gary. I want him in here while you sing.
Yeah, of course. So that, and then our cameraman can do, like, pans and swirl around with the camera while we sing Listerine. Yeah. Listerine. So, one of our listeners sent us a cassette of him playing Listerine. It was the worst thing I ever heard.
It was awful.
It was awful, but it was a good idea.
Because I remember hearing it.
Yes. And that's when I said, that's an easy song to play. Of course, wouldn't be the first time I spoke and
couldn't back it up.
I couldn't back it up, but I think in my mind anyway.
This you think?
I haven't played the guitar in over a year, but
yeah, you never pick up a guitar.
No, but you know what it is, Robin? I pretty much perfected my style of playing, and then once I did that, I gave it up.
I see.
That's how I am.
You did once play the guitar with your feet, and I thought that was good.
Yeah, I did that to prove a point. They were making a big deal over some guy. Now you don't even know his name.
Yeah, he was a flash in the pan, wasn't he?
I knew he would be. Robin wants to hear me play Glycerine while singing.
Yes.
How was that?
Very good, Howard. I thought that was the record.
His choppers, they hang past his chin.
How easy, huh?
Wait, let me start again, all right? His choppers hang past his chin. I had it before, I swear.
You won't be able to sing into it.
His choppers hang past his chin, his big floppy lips. They flap in the wind. Wait, once I get it off. Wait, come on, give me a second, huh? I'm not a guitar player. It is easy.
I can do that.
His choppers, they hang. His choppers hang past his chin. His big floppy lips, they flop in the wind. A big silly dope. Boy, Gary is dense. He could eat an apple through a chain-link fence. His teeth in his head could score, could scare the dead. Hey, I don't play for a living.
Nobody said you did.
Then I'll eventually get to Listerine. It'll be like this. It'll be like... Listerine. 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 See? Call me Eric Clapton. I can get it. But you know, what I'm saying is, give me a day and I'll work on it. You know, come on.
The way you said it, the reason that I get so upset with you is when something's going on, you say it like you could do it right then.
The only reason it's hard is because I'm learning new lyrics. If I was humming it, let me show you something. Let me just show you something, wise guy. Come on, it's not that hard.
It's not that bad either.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
I'd like to hear a real guitar player play it.
Thank you.
So I can tell the difference now. You're not playing the song for me.
Robin, I played 6 times in my life. It wasn't that bad for a guy who played. You know, in other words, it wasn't that different from what he's
No, you
doing.
played more than 6 times.
Oh, come on. Be serious. I haven't played a guitar in over 2 years. You wish you could play that good.
You're right.
You're sitting there going, hey, I want to do that. All right, Fred, take this guitar and burn it. I will perform this song tomorrow.
All right. You will go home and practice tonight.
See, Fred, if you played it, I could sing the funny lyrics.
Let me hear Fred play it for a second. That's so everybody can hear what it really should sound like.
I can't guarantee it's going to sound much better.
And believe me, it's the same thing. He doesn't play any better than I do. His choppers, they hang past his chin. His big floppy lips, they flap in the wind. A big silly dope. Boy, Gary is dense. He could eat an apple through a chain link fence. The teeth in his head could scare the dead. His hot, smelly breath could melt a wall of lead. Go brush your teeth and try. His breath could make you die. Listerine. Gary needs Listerine. Listerine. And Gary's as dope. He's dumber than soap. His breath stinks so bad he doesn't know from scope. He's not very smart. He has no skills. This stinky imbecile's an imbecile. When he opens his mouth, it looks like a sewer. It smells like he's been eating cow manure. What?
Where's the song?
Go brush your teeth and try. His breath could make you die. Listerine. Listerine. Gary needs Listerine. Listerine. You gotta say like this. Don't let the... All the girls love that guy, too.
Don't let the days
You gotta get raspier.
Don't let the days go by.
Yeah, sing it like Jackie.
Yeah. My singing, it stinks just like Gary's breath. I can't sing to save my life. I'm a one big old mess. Don't listen to me sing now, my friends. I'll kick your ass right now, my friends. Listerine. I can get into it. Come on. Listerine. Kiss my schween. Listerine. Thank you.
There you go.
See, I'm more a front man than I am a guitar player.
Ah. They call Spin a profitable magazine.
I'm gonna vomit.
You're making me sick. I'm going to
Oh
start
man!
testing.
Oh, get out of here, Pew. I smell better than you any day, Jackie.
Please.
Oh yeah, come on, give me some more of that. Oh, snorting carrot juice in here.
Thank you very much.
My column is if you want to
Have a happy
argue about money,
marriage.
Never go to bed happy, criticize each other's bodies, and leave the door open when you go to the bathroom, especially number 2. There's my marriage, okay? How's that? Those are my rules.
Those have worked for you.
Those work for me. I've been married 20 long years. Can Dear Abby say the same thing?
Seems like 40.
Seems like 40, too.
You've been married a real long time.
Yeah. Nothing like going home to the same person every day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Well, who else would you like to go home to? A different person?
Anybody.
Anybody.
Blah.
All right. Uh-oh, I got a problem.
What?
My sneaker's caught on my chair, and I can't get out. I'm locked in the
I did that once.
All right,
That's
I'm okay.
crazy.
All right.
Use karate.
All right,
Take yourself out of it.
here is Kennedy.
How you doing, Kenny?
Hi, John.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, XRK, you know the deal.
Of course.
And let me ask you, how did a skank like you get into show business?
Oh, man. You.
Wait a minute, did you write that?
I didn't.
Just like
I don't
that?
remember saying that.
Yeah, that's on the...
Really?
Yeah, that's on the...
That wasn't mine.
Oh,
I think Fred wrote that.
You can always tell.
I think that was a Fred.
Fred's handy.
That was Fred. You wrote that, right?
Cackle.
Yeah.
Listen to him cackle. He loves that.
He loves it
He's
because
so vicious.
you know if you ever said anything like to Fred like that, he'd just kill you.
Yeah.
Skank.
I figured she had a sense of humor.
I'm not taking credit for that one.
Seriously, because she
you're
comes
so
off as the
sick.
female
I'm
house
distancing
parent.
myself.
That's the Fred Norris show.
Right. Yeah, now you guys all know what Fred does.
So I assassinated a Kennedy, too. So there you go.
There you go.
Good, XRK, you know the deal.
Of course.
And let me ask you, how did a skank like you get into show business?
Same way you did. Butthole, I slept my way to the top.
Let me ask you, Kenny, do you have to sneak up on your mirror?
That's funny. I'll have to remember that one. Don't you practice like language tapes to get rid of your stutter so you can actually have a career after Howard quits?
Okay, let me ask you a question, Kennedy. That's very funny. Do you hold a gun to your dates' heads to make them listen to you talk?
What is that?
Do you hold a gun to your dates' heads to make them listen to you talk?
Oh.
Have a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 22. He's 6 months younger than me.
All right. Do you even know what's going on? You know, do you know what whitewater
Come
is?
on, John. You can
Do you know
get it
what
out.
whitewater is?
Yes, of course I know what whitewater is.
Go ahead, explain it to me.
Whitewater, well, the Whitewater investment was something that Hillary Rodham Clinton was involved with when she worked for the Rose Law Firm in Little Rock, Arkansas. And now, actually, Travelgate and Whitewater are completely separate. Harry Thomason...
All right, Kenny, let me ask you a question. How sick of you of Mira Sorvino?
How what?
How sick of you are... How sick are you of Mira Sorvino?
I thought Mira was great in Mighty Aphrodite.
Yeah, you think so, Ken?
Yeah, I thought she was great. And,
Are you still at MTV?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, John.
Okay,
Very
I'll
nice
see you.
to see you.
I think she handled it well.
Yeah.
She didn't leave.
Oh, I just thought she got a little irritated by the,
Well, come on. I think she was
You
pretty good
started off
sport.
calling her a skank.
Yeah.
I thought she did pretty well.
She was pretty nice. Even though, why shouldn't she be nice? No one else is going to
Well,
do
you're
it.
calling her a skank. She didn't have to be.
Yeah,
nice.
right. That was pretty intense. Actually, she explained the Whitewater thing completely wrong, but
You didn't.
but he didn't know that.
He could care. He's like asking her in
cut her off.
mid-sentence.
I can't believe she bothered to answer. Thank you, Stuttering John.
Thank you, Howard.
Hero of the stupid.
And oh, this is really good. Ponce de la Phone is a genius at making phony phone calls. This is a guy, you might have read about him in my book, Miss America. Ponce de la Phone. All of the phony phone callers, the prominent ones, were featured in my book. So you learn a little bit about these guys. And Ponce de la Phone has made some of the best. He took tapes of my father that I've played on the radio, of my father yelling at me and talking to me and stuff when I was a little kid, and he called in again on another talk show. And the guy starts yelling at my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, my dad's real gruff. Do you know what show he called into?
He doesn't name the show. He just says some cable show, he calls them.
All right. Let's listen.
Man's going to get angry at a tape recorder.
Well, he doesn't know it. This guy Ponce is really good. He sets up just a bunch of clips.
We're going to Ben.
I don't want any foolish answers from you, otherwise don't answer.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ben.
Do you feel that the United States should remain in the United Nations, as a member of the United Nations?
As long as we don't have to pay the bill.
I want you not to be stupid, you moron.
Oh, come on. Now, look, wait, I did not ask. Wait a minute, hold on now. I didn't call you a question. I didn't call you a name. I did not call you a name.
Benefit, education.
Excuse me, but I did not call you a name.
Children that attend these games a feeling of belonging. I'd like to have your opinion.
Okay, look, if you don't apologize, I'm going to have to stop this conversation. I did not call you a name, and I don't want you to call me a name. Okay? I'm going to have to... Are you going to apologize, or I just buzz you up?
I want you not to be stupid, you moron.
Okay, how do we get rid of this guy online?
How do we get rid of him?
All right, he's gone.
We don't even know how to hang up on this show.
Isn't that great?
The only, my only suggestion was he should have had the shut up on there.
Shut
up!
Sit down!
We should try that.
That was great.
We should make a bunch of calls using my dad's tapes. I might need
As
to
a matter of fact, somebody ought to call somebody just with your dad's attitude.
Right.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
Boy, that guy, my dad was really good on the air.
Yeah.
He really put that guy, he asked a nice question, and he told the guy not to be a moron.
He didn't back off either. When the host tried to calm him down, he was just as forceful.
And what's funny is he's playing another comment by my dad while the guy's yelling at him, so it sounds like my father's trying to fight back with him.
Right, yeah.
Want to hear it again? Anybody up for it again? Yeah. I think I could use it one more time.
We're going to Ben.
I don't want any foolish answers from you, otherwise don't answer.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ben.
Do you feel that the United States should remain in the United Nations, as a member of the United Nations?
As long as we don't have to pay the bill.
I want you not to be stupid, you moron.
Oh, come on. Now, look, wait, I did not ask. Wait a minute, hold on now. I didn't call you a question. I didn't call you a name. I did not call you a name.
Benefit, education.
Excuse me, but I did not call you a name.
Children that attend these games a feeling of belonging. I'd like to have your opinion.
Okay, look, if you don't apologize, I'm going to have to stop this conversation. I did not call you a name, and I don't want you to call me a name. Okay? I'm going to have to... Are you going to apologize, or I just buzz you up?
Not to be stupid, you moron.
Okay, how do we get rid of this guy on line 2? All right, he's gone.
You can't argue with my dad.
Shut up! Sit down!
So good. My dad's like the world's angriest guy.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
My mother called me the other day to remind me that nobody loved me more than her and my father. And that,
then you're in bad shape.
And that my father was, it was my fault because I always pushed my father's buttons.
You were not a child. You were actually pushing buttons.
Yeah.
He does appear to be a little impatient for a kid.
He is. My dad doesn't take any crap.
That was when you were 4 or 5?
I was 5.
But, you know, kids have to get a little leeway, don't they? Does anybody take into account that the kid doesn't know?
My sister got a lot of leeway. She was daddy's little girl.
Well, he probably just thought he'd break her if he yelled at her.
Yeah, but with me, he was training me to be strong like him. And it's worked very well.
It's like how you yell at a 17-year-old.
Shut up! Sit down!
You shouldn't yell at anybody that way.
It's a little rough.
Let's be honest.
Robin, you've had to raise your voice a few times in your life.
You shouldn't, though.
No,
I didn't say it was wrong.
How do you know so much?
I didn't say everybody doesn't do it. I said it's all right.
All right.
Shut up!
Even though you have yourself yelled at people, you know the right thing to do.
I aspire to be as good as I think.
Right. Well, you're almost there.
Who cares if I like you?
All right. Now, what do you got next for us?
This is a perfect segue. In this call, Robin calls a psychic.
Oh.
And Robin wants to know what her future holds for her.
So this is by Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
He sampled Robin's voice.
Right.
And actually called into another one.
I wonder what my reading is.
I do have to tell you that it's funny. Robin says 2 words, and of course the psychic immediately knows everything about Robin.
Yeah, right. Okay. Let's see what happens as Ponce de Leon
I'm waiting for my reading.
engineers a phone call from you.
All right.
So let's go on to Robin, who's calling from Temple City with a love question. Hi, Robin.
Hi.
How are you? you.
Will I get married?
Eventually. You were wondering because you're the same age I am, only I'm a couple of months older than you, and you're wondering if it's ever going to happen. I feel by the end of 97, early 98, it feels like more towards August through October of 97 is the time you tie the knot.
People won't say it to my face, but they think something's wrong with me. Some people even think I'm gay.
What do you want me to say to you, Robin? Cut that, Robert.
You must have gotten that from your reading of your book.
No, that's from one of those editorials I did on Good Morning America.
Oh, is that what that is?
Or something, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's go to Carmen.
That's pretty good. He's a genius, this Ponce de Leon.
Come
no,
on.
I'm very Mediterranean.
Right.
No, you're black.
I told you this a million times.
You're blacker than anyone I know.
When I was in junior high school, I was the only guy online getting checked for sickle cell anemia.
Really? You got checked for sickle cell anemia?
So stupid. They checked for...
So don't you sit around talking about being white.
Because I'm still
I've
white.
never
Is that
even
what
been
happened?
checked for
Like, who
sickle
told you?
cell
Okay,
anemia.
your name is Delabate,
Okay,
though.
there's two... They
And he
do
lied
a
about
similar
that.
test, right?
Right.
One's sickle cell anemia, and one's another one that's for people in the Mediterranean, which are
Right.
Greeks or anybody of Sicilian heritage.
Right.
So they said if you have a Sicilian grandparent, you have to get on this line.
Right.
So it was me and all the black guys.
I think your great-grandmother climbed into a basketball locker room, what I think. So, when you were in the line for sickle cell anemia, did you say to them, hey, I'm not black, and they just didn't believe you? Like, what happened?
I mean...
You just didn't make a big deal about
You
it?
just get online and they just take a little, take blood or
Pinprick
whatever
you.
what is it, and you just go.
Right.
See how ridiculous this is? He can't even prove he's white.
But all the Irish guys would walk by and go, goof on you.
Hey, man. Sickle
Now,
cell anemia.
Irish guys are white.
Right.
They're the one group I'm sure of.
Wolf, I got to go get checked for sickle cell anemia.
But I'm not black.
But I'm not black. And you didn't say anything? Like,
You know what it's called?
I would have demanded to be... I mean,
Why would you demand something?
because I don't have sickle cell anemia.
I
I'm
just remember
white.
the name of it. It was called, you ready for this? It was
Right.
called Cooley's anemia.
Cooley's
It was
anemia?
the one that affects people from the Mediterranean.
Right.
Oh, so I'd rather have sickle cell.
But that's what it was.
So there was this big line of black guys and you.
Everybody who had to go for sickle cell anemia or Cooley's anemia waited on one line.
So everyone was
and
clearly
nobody
black.
held up a sign that said, I'm white, I'm here
Why
for
did you have
Cooley's.
to go for any test?
That's what the school said you
That's
had
what
to
they
do.
want.
I've never been tested.
Well, maybe you should be. You look a little unhealthy and you sound it.
There was a big outbreak in Uniondale.
Right.
Oh, I know.
That's pretty funny.
And you're only thinking it's funny because you think it's horrible to be black.
It's just funny.
Yeah, right.
Stop looking at me.
Oh, Jesus. That's just a funny vision. Carry on this line with black guys being checked for sickle cell anemia. That's funny.
What are you here for?
What?
What are you here for? Me too.
I hate white people.
I hate white people.
Hey, let's go get some great soda, bro.
I'm trying to bond with my brothers.
Look at those honkies.
Pass the cheese doodles.
See, I'm one of you.
Hey, let's go watch Soul Train together.
But if an Arab wants to call me and tell me why he's white, then give me a call.
I don't think they call themselves white.
Well, let's find out.
Never heard that.
Well, Robert, if the choice were black or white, what would they say?
They would say, I'm not on this farm.
No, they wouldn't. They would say white.
Nah.
Trust me.
Good impression.
I am telling you, Arab guys check off white.
Well, like I said,
I'm just telling
the
you.
world runs around thinking it's so horrible to be black. That's why they wouldn't.
Don't get crazy about this. I'm just telling you, Arab guys think they're
I'm
white.
getting crazy about it. You are all crazy about color.
I don't know. You're just over there having a breakdown.
No. I'm simply saying that you have said it a million times. Everybody thinks it's horrible to be black.
Right.
Now, why are you denying it now?
Not because it's a different bet. I'm telling you that
You are disgusting.
this is not Arab History Month. This is Black History Month, and I'm trying to point something out.
No. Why do you think that the Arabs would choose white?
Because they want to be known as white.
No, they don't.
Of course they do.
They do not.
They want
But
everyone to
don't
think
wanna
they're
be
white.
known as black.
Of course. Now, don't pull a Tracy Hampton on me. I'll to drag you out on a stretcher.
I have to go be treated for stress.
Let's take a break. Come back. We'll do the news. And we'll do
No
the news.
Arabs calling in?
No. They're busy.
They're all driving.
Right.
Yes, they're in the middle of traffic.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back.
It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
Thank you, asswife.
Oh.
And let's go with...
Hello?
There's a guy on our phone who's an Arab. He says he can clear everything up.
Well, I got a question for you, too. Casey
right.
Kasem, is he white or black?
Black. No, he's not black. He's not white.
But if there were only 2 check marks to make.
Well, let's ask this guy. Sir?
Yes. Good morning, Howard.
You are Arab?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, when you have to apply for stuff in this country,
right?
What do you check off? Do you check off black or white?
Well, on most application it says Middle Eastern, North African, and North Indian. Check white. That's on most applications.
Oh, and it says check white.
Yeah. So when I went to my Social Security to get my card, since Syria is part of Asia.
What did he say, Robin? I'm completely lost.
He said, you want the first part or the second part?
Are you a cab driver?
No.
What do you do?
I'm an environmental engineer.
You are an environmental engineer?
Right.
How do you engineer that?
I don't know. I came to States here. I went to school. I got engineering degree.
In the environment.
Howard, the second part of what he was about to say is very interesting. Since he went to Social Security office,
yeah,
and since the Middle East is in Asia, he checked off Asian.
You checked off Asian?
Well, since my country is part of Asia, I checked in Asian.
So if you're an Arab, you check off Asian.
Well, the lady told me check white.
Wonder why they got to know this. So you're a chink.
Well, it doesn't matter what I am.
Right. Well, not to you maybe, but to us it does. We want to know what you are.
To the white guys in the room.
Right.
It matters.
The white people care what you are.
Well, most applications.
We're trying to figure out in this country who the hell owns this country.
Well, here's a question, though.
And now you're telling me you're a chink?
Well, I'm not telling you.
You're saying you're from Asia. You're a chink.
Yeah, my country is part of Asia.
Well, here's a big question. If you got an application, there were only 2 choices.
Right.
Black and white. Which one would you check?
Well, there are some Arabs who are white and some Arabs who are black. It depends what country you're from.
Yeah, and what would you check?
I'll check white.
See, told you. Why do you check white? You're dark.
My mother has green eyes and she has white skin. She has blonde hair.
We're talking about you.
I'm talking about you.
I have very light skin, sometimes lighter than a white American.
Well, all right, then I like you.
You don't have to like me. But
all right, you can pass. All right. What do you say, Robin? We gonna let him be white?
I guess you get to be white this week.
This week.
I'm
No, you notice these guys? They don't check off black because they don't want to be. They don't like blacks.
They don't.
That's
right.
not true.
Why don't you check off black? Nobody knows what you are anyway.
I like black.
I mean, Vanessa Williams has green eyes and light skin, but she's no white
not
woman.
checking white.
You're black. I'm telling you, I think you guys are black.
I'm Vanessa Williams.
All right. Whatever.
So Lena Horne's lighter than Vanessa Williams.
She's still black. Anyway, you Arabs are all screwy. I'm telling you. You're not thinking clearly. You just can't be white.
Well,
everybody wants to be white.
Well, on every application it says...
trust me, it's not right. All right, thank you.
So he should check black is what
Yes,
you're telling
I'm
me.
saying he should be black.
He's not even a chink.
Right. No, he's definitely not a chink. Where he got Asia from, I don't know. None of that makes any sense. All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Very much for answering our question. Thank you. Very nice guy.
They should take that part off the application. It means nothing.
Listen, I love all people, but this guy
you do.
This guy is not white. All of a sudden, he's part of the
Look
club.
at how much confusion it causes. Just take it off.
Just take it off. Can't do that. We have to track these things. A lot of things are going on in this country. A lot of people have to know.
Well, like what?
You have to know what's going on.
That caused nothing but confusion.
See, it was clear when it was just blacks and whites. Now it's a whole bunch of different races.
And that's why we just should eliminate that whole thing, that category thing.
Right. Well, there you go, Robin. Now there's your answer.
Well, Casey Kasem, he could be, he's white, right?
No, he's not. He is not. He doesn't even have white man's hair. Look at his hair. He combs it like a white man, but it's black hair. It's not white hair.
Oh, goodness.
Is it? Seriously.
Now, Hispanics, are they white?
No. They are not. They're Hispanic. That's a whole different story. I'm not getting into that today. Hispanics are Hispanic. And are...
That is not a race.
They are not white. That is for sure.
What is their race? Now I got you.
They're more black than they are white.
They aren't black.
Well, they're not white.
They're not black.
So what are they?
I don't know.
So there
You're
you
the
go.
one who's categorizing.
They're beige, if you really want to know.
The beige
It's the
race.
beige category. All right, what is in the news, Robin?
Lots of strange things are going on.
There is your music. Something really strange must be going on.
First of all, I want to know what are we doing? How are we recruiting teachers these days? Because we hear more of these wacky stories.
Oh, I know how we're recruiting them. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
It must be.
Well, who's teaching? I mean, let's face it. You can't. It's the lowest paid job in the world.
You mentioned this earlier, but I just had to say it once again. A female teacher, Wilma
What race?
Martin.
What race?
Wilma, I don't know what. Martin, I don't know.
Is she dark or white?
I don't know.
Count the bones in her feet.
I'm for removing the category.
That's how you determine. Count the bones in the feet and see if they can swim. That's
A lot of black people can swim, Howard. You can't.
I don't know
that
any.
Way. Oh, you don't know any black people?
I don't know any that can swim. Can you swim?
Yes, I can swim.
I've seen you in the water.
I can swim if I want to.
I've never seen it. Doesn't want to get that bathing suit wet. You can float. You don't swim.
I told you I have a phobia about water. That's the only reason I don't.
No, of course.
But I can swim.
I've seen you in the water.
I almost drowned at the age of 4.
Come over, how come that isn't in your book?
And I was walking on dry land.
Sequel to your book.
And what is going on with winter? I mean, do you have any thoughts on why we're freezing to death?
Yeah.
And being snowed to death?
FCC is doing it. No, I don't know. I believed in global warming because we had a couple of winters that were really great for a while. And
very
now it's
mild.
freezing my ass off.
I'm not used to this.
You know what I do to beat the cold? I just get right in the limo and I have Ronnie heat it up.
Well, that's
In
very
the morning.
good. So you don't even feel a cold car.
I'll be honest with you. I wasn't even aware that this was a cold winter until yesterday. My kids forced me to come outside and play in the snow. I was like, oh, my God, look at this. It's cold out here.
How do people survive in this weather?
Yeah. So what I recommend is get the limo up to a nice toasty, 60, 70 degrees.
And you never have to experience a change in temperature.
Yeah, and make sure Ronnie does it, or your limo driver does it early. So that even when he leaves his house, it's already toasty for when you get in.
I must admit, because I'm much like you, I hop out of my home and jump into a car.
Right.
I saw this woman walking down the street this morning. I said, boy, that's really incredible. She's actually walking in this
You had to do it, too. There were many years that I knew you that we had to walk around and take the subway.
That is true. We did our time.
That's right. We work hard, though. We deserve it.
According to Cindy Adams.
We work hard.
We work hard.
Yeah.
According to Cindy, the Bulls finally lost a game.
Right. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
To who?
Finally, to the Nuggets? What
Golden Nuggets? That's from McDonald's. What are you talking about? Golden McNuggets. You're talking about the Golden State Warriors.
No, somebody Nuggets.
Oh, the McNuggets. That's the McHamburger College that played them.
I can't remember the name of the team.
Kentucky Pride.
Isn't the team the Nuggets?
The McNuggets. Yeah. They went to Hamburger College.
You're no help to me at all.
I'm still thinking about Muhammad Ali's paintings. I'm wondering if he gets any paint on the canvas.
The Denver Nuggets.
The Denver McNuggets. Oh, they lost to the Denver Nuggets?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Finally, they had an 18-game winning streak snapped.
Wow. How'd they do that? Would they cut off Michael Jordan's legs?
Guess they'll have to start all over again.
Yeah. Michael Jordan thinks he's so bad.
And Magic Johnson and the Lakers came back from that loss to the Bulls the other night. They beat, who did they beat? Now I'm going to forget.
Hootie and the Blowfish. They played the entire band. Because Magic Johnson is a little overweight. Anyway, who gives a crap? Eat me. What is that?
It's Norfolk.
Norfolk. Fuck. Blacks love me. You know how many blacks we got in this town? There's more blacks here than in Rhodesia.
Oh,
do you know that? I did a study.
That is not true.
Oh, that is true. How many black people do you think live in Rhodesia?
Oh, a few million.
How many do you think live in New York? A few billion?
No.
I'm telling you.
There's not even a few billion in the United States,
please.
you silly person.
You live here, you would think black people run the country.
How many black people do you think there are in this entire country?
Do you know the answer?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. All right, this is good then. Do you really know the answer, or,
Yes,
or is it like you with wind chill factor? My father said the great thing about this show is that all of you are idiots, and it's like a group of idiots in control. He read the same article I did about that horse racing guy I was telling you about the other day that made $30 million worth of bets a year.
Yeah.
He says, I read this story. First of all, the guy made $10 million worth of bets a year. He says, you guys can't even do math.
Oh, stop it. I didn't know anything about that story. That's all on you.
I interpreted loosely. How many blacks? You know how many blacks live in New York? Now, when you say
Not in New York, I said in the country.
in the country, the United States of America?
Yes, that country.
God, because you live here, it seems like a billion. Everywhere you go, there's black people. I'm going to guess a real lot. Let me think. Well, let's take a guess.
First of all, how many people in the country?
Oh, I wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even know where to begin.
You don't know how many people there are in this country?
No. What is it, Jackie?
250 million?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then there's got to be 240 million blacks. All right, I'm going to say, I'm going to take a guess now that I know there's 250 million people in the country. That gives me some perspective. I'm going to say black people make up 7% maybe of that. Let's see, 10% of 230 million would be 23 people. Let's see, it would be 230 million people. 10% of that would be
250 million. Where do you get to 230?
25 million times. That goes into. All right, I'm going to say 20 million black people in the country.
About 25 million.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Well, you were 5 million off, but about 25 million black people.
I shouldn't have done that last goes into. That last multiplication screwed me up.
So don't ever get the impression that we're taking over anything.
Well, you would get that impression. If they aligned themselves with the Spanish, that's it. It's curtains.
Well, you can rest easy because they're still fighting.
Right. Good. As long as the Spanish and the blacks fight, it'll be fine. The balance of power is there. Super. God, 25 million black people. It's a lot of black people.
To 250 million people, Howard. You can hardly see us here.
I don't know, but on TV, there's millions of black shows. Every award show is black.
It's just to give you that impression.
Really? If there's 20 million black people in the United States of America, I guarantee you 19 million of them live here in New York.
Oh, stop it.
Guarantee it.
Nope, there are quite a few in Los Angeles.
Really?
Sure.
I didn't
see
any.
Quite a few down south.
I don't know. What do I know? I know New Orleans has a lot of black people.
Yes, see?
Yeah,
we're
that I
not
do
the
know.
only place with black people.
Speaking of black people,
Yay.
Miami Beach.
Hey.
You're
how
on
you
the air.
All right. How are you today, Howard?
Pretty good.
Hey, guess what? It's my birthday today. And so I knew you were going to pick up today.
Oh, boy.
Did you know I was going to hang up so soon? If I had a life, I wouldn't watch it. It is my life. I watch it and I giggle and I have fun.
You
and
act like you're with
those
it.
are my friends.
Yeah, you know.
I have a pathetic life, man. It's sad.
We do that when we watch you.
You have such a tiny ass, Tori.
She's such a little girl.
How do you make duty?
Stop it.
It's so tiny.
Oh, you're so
I
stupid.
bet you when you go to the bathroom, there's hardly anything in the bowl. Am I right?
So stupid.
Tell the truth, Tori.
That I won't answer.
Did you ever vomit to get thin?
No.
Oh, she's always been thin. You've never seen her not thin.
Yeah, well, I didn't know her when she was a kid.
Always been thin.
But what do you eat? Like nothing? And then when you go to the bathroom, like it's like a shoelace.
Oh, I eat
Q-tip.
everything.
The size of a Q-tip in the
Could
bowl.
we get off this?
No, I'm really curious.
No, you're not.
A goldfish.
A goldfish. There's a goldfish swimming in the bowl. You're so
she just
cute.
takes her food and throws it right in the bowl. What is
You wear
I
panties?
had the number one Big Mac meal last night for dinner.
Did you wear panties, that outfit you wore on the Tonight Show last night?
No, I didn't.
Man.
Well, you don't want panty lines, you know.
I dig you, and I dig your father's money. Jesus Christ.
Tanine Howard drove past the State House.
Oh, you think I'll like this story because the guy's name is Howard?
No, Tanine Howard drove past a State House guard about 10:15, stopped 20 feet from the governor's mansion, and told a Capitol officer, "I have a gun." 2 officers got Howard out of his car, removed a .380 caliber Lorcine or Lorton. I can't make out this fax, and I don't know that gun. Lying between the driver's seat and the gear shift, and drove him to the police department. Howard, who was 24, was wearing a blue sweatshirt bearing the words "New Jersey's Most Wanted." As he was led away, police said he shouted, "I'm a political prisoner. Help me out." And Howard Stern is the king of all media.
Really? Oh, that's terrific. Where is that?
In Richmond, Virginia.
Wow. I'm so honored. So the guy took a gun.
Yes, and he drove to the governor's mansion.
And he paraded around with it.
He walked up to the guard. He didn't even parade around with it. He drove up to the gate, said to the guard, "I have a gun." They got him out of the car, found the gun, and arrested him.
Finally, some respect in this world. So the guy, even as demented as he was, he knew that I was the king of all media. Let's get him on the show. Can we call him?
I knew you would appreciate
Yeah, why don't you? I just like that I'm in the article. Can we? That's like, remember when somebody said a rumor got started that when the Long Island Railroad massacre maniac got on and started screaming "Baba Booey"? I was like, oh no, one of my fans is the guy, but it wasn't. It turned out it wasn't true.
That's right. It was somebody calling up and making a silly phone call.
So this guy didn't kill anyone or anything?
No. In fact, the governor and his family were never at risk.
Oh. We got to get that guy on the show.
I don't know why, but...
hold on to that, okay?
I certainly will.
Howard Stern, as he was screaming to the cops, Howard Stern is king of all media?
He was being led away. He said, "I'm a political prisoner. Help me out." And Howard Stern is the king of all media.
Great. Let those cops know who the king of all media is.
Oh, goodness. In fact, he said this to a camera crew. Maybe we can find...
Get out of town. Is there a video of that?
Maybe there's some news organization down there. It says, in news footage of his arrest, Mr. Howard called himself a political prisoner.
Wow.
And told a camera crew that shock jock Howard Stern is the king of all media.
Well, please.
Then he started complaining that his handcuffs hurt his wrists.
Too bad OJ didn't do that.
Howard Stern is king of all media. Howard Stern.
We have some tracking to do.
Yeah, Gary, you got work to do this afternoon. Don't be rushing home to take care of baby Jackson.
Find this piece of videotape and get that guy.
Don't change diapers. Pick up the phone and get this guy. And get that video. All right, what else is in the news? That's a terrific story.
You love that story.
Last night I made a cup of steaming hot liquid, but it wasn't water.